Hey, remember in that episode of our Link to the Past Let's Play where I said we were never going to review Vision of Escaflowne?
Really, I wasn't expecting to ever do a review of Escaflowne.
Well, here we are!
Yeah, ギャル男宣言
俺ギャルを始めました BK 卒業パンツピタピタっていうか昨日も渋谷好きな食べ物はシーザーサラダガングロメッシュにからコンレンズパラパラダンスの猛練習パラダイスに陶酔表現中ギャル男ステイチューン金じゃら銀じゃら銀ギラピンマルキューセールは仁義なし全身バリバリやっぱり B3CSFO キノコを食べましたトランス聞きました調子上がってきたみんなが大好きだ
In the year 2000, Fox Kids began bringing over anime from Japan in an attempt to bolster their Saturday morning lineup with unique content. For most kids, this is where we first began to see such shows as Digimon Digital Monsters, Gundam Wing, and a hidden gem called Escaflowne. For American kids, Escaflowne was a flash in the pan. It lasted 10 episodes before getting cancelled. But thankfully for us Canadians, YTV had a habit of picking through the constant stream of wreckage Fox Kids provided, and Escaflowne's 10 translated episodes aired on a loop for a while before finally being forgotten about. When I finally got back into watching anime again in high school, I eventually remembered Escaflowne. How it had that funky techno soundtrack and opening, how it was abandoned on a cliffhanger, and how it made next to no sense, as if the backstory of the show had been completely gutted. Booting up the old Kazaa Lite, I decided to seek out this long-lost treasure. Wait, what? What is this? That's right, the opening of the show was never a generic corporate techno barf, but was actually slow, folk-sounding J-pop. The show never began with all the medieval sword fighting, but rather a modern-day Japan setup with schoolgirls and track meets. And the focus was never on the giant mech brawls, but actually the love triangle between the Earth Girl Hitomi and the two Gains, Vaughn and Alan. Fox had completely shredded apart the Japanese Vision of Escaflowne, a romantic shoujo show, and stitch its corpse together to make Escaflowne a poor quality action show. If you want a review of Escaflowne, that's easy. It sucks. Fox removed the first episode entirely, so there's no way to actually know what's going on. Fox chopped each episode in half and stitched the last half of an episode onto the first half of the next episode, ruining the pacing and butchering the plot. Fox replaced most of the classical soundtrack with the same shitty 10-second techno loop, ruining the mood for pivotal scenes, and Fox censored all the language, violence, and sexual themes, creating a sterile show that lacks in life and emotion. But reviewing Vision of Escaflowne, that's certainly the harder job. Technically, the show was very good for its time. The classical music is amazing stuff, the art may seem a bit aged nowadays, but back in 1996 it was some of the best we'd ever seen. The Japanese voice acting was top notch, and even the English voice dub was very good, before Fox got its paws on it. My only real gripe is that a major reveal of the show comes out one line earlier than the Japanese version, and the characters don't appropriately react to the reveal until the next line.
Who's there? Huh? How do you know that Finalia song? Okay, how about leading me to my guy Melif, now?
Do you think that the Zybox soldiers will give in to such threats? You cannot escape from this floating fortress, my brother.
If the only way to live is as one of your pawns, then...
Never throw your life away so easily.
Brother?
I guess the English scriptwriter just blew his load a bit too early. The real discussion of Vision of Escaflowne comes in with the plot. The plot is generic and mundane as all hell. It stars a modern-day human with all of her modern-day technology and sensibilities, who's transported to an alternate dimension that exists alongside Earth, in which the society is medieval and magical, and the plot revolves around both the adventures and exploration of this fantasy land, as well as trying to find a way back home. This is the same by-the-book plotline used in many different sci-fi and fantasy series, both Japanese and Western. And it's not like Vision of Escaflowne subverts this, or does it differently, or deconstructs it, or anything. No, it's done straight. It hits every single plot point you expect it to, it has no real twists and turns, and it does nothing new with the setting. You'd think that sounds like I'm recommending you give it a pass, right? You'd be wrong. The real question of Vision of Escaflowne is, can a show survive entirely on style when it lacks everything else? And I have to say yes, it can. Vision of Escaflowne may not actually bring anything new to the table, but it does what it does so well that it is truly exemplary of the genre. The characters are fully fleshed out rather than simply being archetypes, and in fact these characters are the basis for the archetypes lesser shows draw upon when doing this kind of story. The plot itself may hit every predictable beat, but is the purest, most polished form of this specific storyline. When other shows are trying to do something new with a modern girl whisked away to another world storyline, they are specifically comparing themselves to Vision of Escaflowne. And that's pretty remarkable in its own right. Like the other shorter anime reviews I do, I'm not actually going to dig into the plot in depth, because I really recommend you give this one a go. Vision of Escaflowne needs to be on everybody's watch list. I doubt the DVDs are still in circulation anymore, but if you manage to find them, snatch them up. This one's actually worth the money.
Magnificent.
Do you think that she can really find him with that thing?
Shh. Oh no, it's making me dizzy.
It's been a long time, Vaughn. 10 years, isn't it?
I'd always believed that you hadn't run away from the right of succession. That you died fighting the dragon. That you didn't turn your back on it. And had fought it to the very end. But I was wrong! Why are you with Zybok? Why did you burn Finalia to the ground? Answer me, brother. Why are you laughing? Don't laugh!
Vaughn, my brother, come with me and serve Dornkirk, the Emperor of all Zybok. There we will set the future back on course.
Do you think that she can really find him with that thing?
Shh. It's been a long time, Vaughn. 10 years, isn't it?
I'd always believed that you hadn't run away from the right of succession. That you died fighting the dragon. That you didn't turn your back on it. And had fought it to the very end. But I was wrong! Why are you with Zybok? Why did you burn Finalia to the ground? Why are you laughing? Don't laugh!
Yes, I failed to slay the dragon as part of the right to become king. was ready to die. But... Vaughn, my brother, come with me and serve Dornkirk, the Emperor of all Zybok. There, we will set the future back on course.
Where are we headed?
To the capital of Asturia. Their floating fortress can't keep up with us.
I have you now.